Greeting to all the students. Welcome to Global Online, and here we are with our NTA UGC Net Paper 2 preparation for 2022 batch. That is with the management subject, and here we are with Unit 3, which is mostly about strategic human resource management and some part of HRM also, you can say. So in this lecture, we are going to talk about the topic that is called as career planning and career development. So in today's class, we will just ensure that we are going ahead with career planning and career development topic. But before that, let me update you that Global Online has an exclusively app for paper 1 as well as paper 2 management, wherein you will get a complete video lectures, you will get notes in the form of PDF. You'll also have test series that will be based on your, like a mock test, which will give you a good enhancement and practice. It will also consist of previous year question papers, that is 5 years question papers with solution in the PDF form, and a target based preparation in order to clear your paper 2 with your paper 1. So if you're taking exclusively paper 2, paper 1 will be free. And if if you have any concerns or any doubt, you can get in touch with us. We can help you. We will be always happy to help you and clarify your doubt so that you can take efforts and crack your examination of as per the coming cycle. So now let's go ahead and start with the content. So as I said, we are going to do career, that is career planning and HR development. So you can say career planning and development also. So let's understand what exactly it is talking about. So when we talk about career, so it is nothing but the series of work which is related, work related position a person occupies throughout his working life. That is related to what? Career. Organization centered career planning, wherein the focus on the jobs as well as identifying the career path that provides a logical progression to the employees between the jobs in the organization. So whenever an employee joins an organization, or whenever an employee comes in an organization, definitely he looks for his progress, he looks for his improvement and enhancement. So in this case, organization needs to understand logically the progression of the people and accordingly help the people in career planning. Individual centered career planning, where the individual will focus on careers rather than on organizational needs. But many times we have seen that if this does not align properly, that is individual planning and the organization planning, then it becomes difficult for the organization to continue with the employee, or for the employee to go ahead to have a consistency in that particular organization. So there has to be a proper understanding, a proper mapping, and accordingly both of them should come into a win-win situation, wherein the employee should progress, but at the same time his progress should have a benefit to the organization. Okay, now we will just see that from organizational perspective and from individual perspective how planning differs. So when we talk about organizational perspective, that is from the perspective of organization, we identify the future organizational staffing needs. So why when we go for career planning from organization point of view, we just see that the future needs are taken care of. Career plan ladders are they come up with career plan ladders so that it can help the organization to grow. They assess the individual potential and the training needs, so that in case whatever they have identified for the future needs, if that is not working out, so then they can they can provide the training, they can fill the gap. Then matching the organizational needs with the individual ability, so that there is a win-win situation for both of them. Audit and develop a career system for the organization, so wherein they can map the career system for the organization and can fit the organizational employee into that. Whereas when we talk from individual perspective, it helps to identify the individual abilities and interest. What is the interest area of the individual employee? Accordingly, he plan his work goal. He assess the alternative paths, whether it is, if it is inside, it will be great for him within the organization, but if not within the organization, definitely he will hunt it for outside. Okay, note changes in interest and goals as a career and life stage changes. So this when we talk about this particular point, so if you see when the employee starts, okay, like for example when the employee starts his working life, so obviously when we talk about the life, at that time we know that the employee as a fresher, okay, he just starts as an infant, okay, slowly moving ahead. So if you can see this graph, okay, the curve moving ahead. So when he is at his peak period, so he will definitely see what he will definitely see a career progression. At a particular point of time, he may go for a dual career option also, wherein he a source of income can help him in his uh, uh, maybe the retired life, or maybe the to uh, come up with the expenses, increasing expenses. And after a particular point of time wherein he sees that his career is stagnant, if he does not goes, or if he does not enter into any dual responsibility, it will lead to a steep slope. So that it means that no more required by an organization, or no more required by an industry. So this is very, very important, that every individual need to note a change in the interest and goal as per the changes in the career or the life stages. Then we have this career management cycle, you can say, or career management, you can also call it as career management, a process for individuals. So when we talk about this, the individual has to go for a self assessment, okay, sorry, the individual has to start with this career goals, just see that whether it is it is helping him, the self assessment, and he has to keep it follow up, or a feedback, maybe the feedback from his peers, maybe the feedback from his superiors, maybe the feedback from his immediate team leader. So all this will help the employee to understand what exactly the things are working out, or what career plans he needs to update, or what career plan needs to be changed. So this the career management is important for an employee in order to move ahead or progress ahead. Now, how to choose a career? So now, like for example, see, many a times, based on the graduation, or the the maybe after your 12th degree, you decide to go for a career option, wherein we do not take into consideration sometimes, many a times, if you go back and just recall your decision. So most of the time it was been by the pressure of the family, or maybe the friends are inclined towards that particular field, and so you also were one among them to select the decision. So it happens that at that particular age, we do not understand what is right or what is wrong. But after graduation, you have much maturity. Your education helps you to bring more maturity, and then you can decide that, okay, what alternatives you can take in order to make yourself make your career progressive. So depending upon the, I mean to say, the career choice should depend upon, first of all, you need to have an interest. It means you need to have a liking towards a particular field. Depending upon your self image. Now, if I give an example, if I'm talking about a marketing field, where you have taken an MBA in marketing, and you have decided to go for marketing jobs. So I'm not telling that all the marketing jobs are related to field work, but more of interaction, more of communication, more of networking building exercises, getting known with the people. These are all the basic features which are required at at the initial level. Now, your self image is like, you are an introvert person, you are not an extrovert person. So it maybe you have taken a wrong decision, or you have landed up into a wrong field, wherein you do not like to talk to people, and this field requires more of interaction, more of self initiation. So you have to ensure that whenever you're planning a career, whenever you seek an interest, okay, it has to be with the a type of image which you have for yourself. Now, personality also is very plays an important role. What exactly your part of personality is, and what is your social background? Now, social background, when we talk about many times, it is seen that there are certain challenges or issues which, though you are much, or you are very interested, but certain challenges will not help you to go ahead with that career choice. So in that case, you need to have an alternative, you need to have an backup plan. So the, if not this plan A, so plan B needs to work out. Okay, so yes, when you take a career choice, it is very, very important that your image, your personality, the background, and the interest area should be in alignment with everything. Then Just example over here, like for example, early career, mid career, as I showed you with the help of cycle. So we have early career, mid career, or a late career, or career end. Okay, so it doesn't mean that career end is this is an end of your life. No, obviously many people have shown remarkable changes at the end, I mean to say at the career end period. So we have live examples in front of us. People at the age of Nika, take an example. Okay, from the age of 50 only, the business was started. Okay, and now the business is one of the, it's one of the it is ruling, you can say. It is one of the best thing which has ever happened. So it's not important that whether the career starts at 20 or the career starts at 70. What is more important is that how it is taken, I mean to say, what are the needs and what are the concerns. So when we are into, or when the person is into early career, that is 20 years, the interest area should be explored. Okay, there has to be definitely concern should be with the rewards, acquiring more and more capabilities or responsibility. This will help a person to go ahead. Okay, or can give more of exposure, experience, as well as more of confidence. When it is mid career, there is 30 to 40 years, there is an advancement in the career lifestyle, and it has to happen. But at a certain point there can be limited options depending upon your what exactly you are, which career you are into. So if you have restricted to certain things, it may be that maybe that career when you were in your 20s was at the peak, but after a span of 10 years or a decade of 2 decades, it is not having that much importance. So it can be one of the limitation. So integrity, well-being, values, contribution is the concern when you are in your mid careers. Late careers, that's the reason, as I said, late careers wherein a person is worried about he being outdated in the form of market. So in that case, he has to update his skills. He can go for a dual career. He can settle in a leadership, has a leadership position, wherein mentoring, disengaging, organizational confluence plays an important role. And in career end, planning for the retirement, which is very, very important, or part-time employment where you have the skills and you have the capability, you can definitely go ahead with this particular choice of part-time working or a freelancer. Then we have is the career transitions. Okay, so now when we talk about this career transitions, like it happens based on what? It happens based on the supervisors, the work you are involved in, the time, and the feedback. Now, when I use this components of factors, okay, maybe you are being advised to look for a change. You have been, the time is right. The type of work, and this is based on the feedback. So when you talk about career transitions, you need to speak to your subordinates or your higher authority. You need to understand the nature of work. You need to understand what feedback is given and how it can help you to get into something which can work for you even in the late career or career end. And time is very, very important. Now, when we talk about late career, so what exactly late career or retirement talks about? Many a time people say that retirement is an end of everything. I mean, it's a working life. So it's not like that. You can self manage yourself. You can set in goals for yourself. You can set a territory where you can really shine. You can be you can take an achievement in that, and you need to belong. I mean to say, many a times it's said that people cannot manage this retirement phase, but it's all upon an individual. How the individual can definitely seek opportunity in this period also. How the individual can start his long time dream, or maybe his startup, or maybe something the individual wanted to work with. So this and you never know what type of opportunity can place you where. So this phase also needs to be taken or needs to be dealt in a very systematic way. Now, so when we talk about the special career issues, like for example, career plateaus. So there are some challenges, as I said earlier also. So when the employees are stuck at a career level and a lack of opportunities and lack opportunities for upward mobility. So this is going to happen. That's the reason it is, nowadays it is said that whichever phase, whichever career, whichever level you are into, you should always try to ensure that you are updating yourself, you're updating your skills. Otherwise, these career plateaus, if not, if you're not prepared for this, it can lead to a trouble for you. Technical and professional workers, dual careers, as I said, is in one of the way of advancement, progress, or improvement, and it has to be definitely taken in a very positive way. Then we have a dual career couples. So it is, yes, it can lead to a problem to a partner if it is transfer, or if it is, promotion, or if it is relocation. It can result into a problem. Then so the portable, you can say, how you can map your career. So beginning, you need to spend, a large amount of time in building your skills and network. Then you need to expand, wherein networking you need to maintain. You need to develop the skills as well as establish a good reputation. You need to change, adapt, you can say, the change depending upon the industry you're working with or the company you're working with. Mid-career, you need to refresh or update your skills. You need to ensure that you are gaining a vast amount of experience, and towards an end, you need to ensure that whatever it is, for a temporary time, maybe for freelancing or maybe to engage yourself, you can get you can get into any part of your work life, and you can continue working. So if you are very clear with your map, or with your path, or you can say mapping, it will help you to go with this reality in a very smooth form. Now, developing human resource. So in order to develop, okay, what exactly needs to be done. So development, it means the ability to handle various things, multitasking, you can say, with the help of assessment centers. We have done assessment centers in the last video also, so you can just check. So place where your development is taken place in order to identify the potential. So assessment center it helps you to develop. Okay. Now, so development versus training, when we talk about, there is, many a times students get confused with this. So please ensure that everyone who joins an organization gets trained, but only few of them gets into development. It means that no doubt your performance, your demonstration, your process is kept a watch on. Based on that, a judgment is made, and it is decided that you have that potential to develop, or you can continue with your training phase. So training is a shorter term, whereas development is a longer term. Training is effective for appraisals or the cost benefit analysis or certification, whereas development helps in getting more expertise, and it helps into competitive advantage for the organization. So how this development you can form, I mean to say, you can map. So you need to plan for the development. You need to identify the capabilities properly. You need to carry out succession planning. Now, what is succession planning? Let's first have a look at succession planning. So succession planning is nothing but, it is a strategic HR plan wherein you can develop the preliminary replacement charts, first by having a look at your current employees. If capability and interest, if current employees are not available, you can look in for an external. You can engage in HR development, and you can periodically review and reassess, so that you motivate your employees that if they work hard, they can be a part of a middle level, and accordingly they will definitely get a support from the organization. So once that succession planning is done, okay, you can say that development needs are addressed and they can be assessed. Development can be taken place for an organizational as well as for individual. It helps to understand whether it is a job site or off-site requirement, and accordingly it will help to evaluate your development success. So yes, development wherein it is a process which has to be played in an organization, and accordingly it has to be worked out. Okay, and so this is how the career planning and development topic we have completed. So very next topic we will be to seeing, I mean to say, in this particular unit, by the time you people keep on revising based on your theory lectures, you can solve your MCQs, and you can start preparing yourself at a higher speed for your upcoming examination of your that is a coming cycle. Thank you everyone.